Hiya folks. Well, deer season started. I'm out here in the shed putting up the coyotes that I had in the freezer, and I just started doing that here yesterday. And I got thinking maybe I could do a little video on fleshing coyotes, because coyotes are tough to flesh because of that pink, the red membrane has got a hoop strength to it, and that makes it tough, and you need to break that up. Well, here's what I do. Now, I've got degenerative joint disease, and so things hurt my shoulders and coyote fleshing can hurt your shoulders. But here's a little trick I learned a few years ago. I got a tool here that I use. This is an old fork. Believe it or not, this is 50 some years old, the anniversary fork. But you see that little groove in the fork handle? You can see it in this one right here. Well, I use that. I use that to help me flesh, opening up the ears on coyotes and also fleshing. And I'll give you a little example of what I do with this tool when it's to flesh coyotes and make it easier for me. Remember, it's the membrane that's the tough thing, the tough part. I hope you can see that. I think you can. Well, what I do, you see that strip? Well, that's because of this tool. I hope I'm not down too far. Well, anyway, this is how I use it. About every few inches, I slip it under the membrane, just like that. Take a knife and run it right down the handle. Take it farther. Take it as far as you can. All right. So you opened up a channel. And here's, now, believe it or not, you don't have to just push this off. I use a donut instead of a towel. You see how that rolls off? I mean, goodness gracious. And there's another thing that can be done here with this. Let me get this one started. Here, there's another thing I found out. Take the old fish pliers. And look at that. Now, you still have to get the fat off. But look at how that pulls that whole strip with fish pliers. So, anyway, I still have to go over it and get this little bit of fat off, but it's clean. I mean, goodness gracious. So I hope I was able to show you something that make it a little easier to break up that doggone red membrane, because that's the culprit. It really is. That is the culprit when it comes to fleshing, because it's got hoop strength. As you go around the coyote without cutting it into segments, you're pushing. Just because you're pushing here with your knife, you're working against the resistance of the hoop. Remember that. Break it up. I hope I really have helped somebody with this, because this is a very important thing, and I posted it on a forum some years ago, and they put it in the archives, but it doesn't matter. You know, people forget that. But this is really an important step, and it makes it so much easier and faster to flesh coyotes. Later, guys.